Consider the following. A man so old, many would call him a geezer, committing numerous bank robberies all across the town of San Diego. Now what if I told you that this old man might not be so old after all? August 2009. An old man walks into a bank, as inconspicuous as any other patron, and then pulls a revolver out of his briefcase, hands the teller a note, and leaves with $50,000 in stolen money. Here's what that may have looked like.
Give me $50,000 or I'll shoot. I'm an old man.
The man would spend the next 2 years pulling off 16 bank robberies around the San Diego area. But what happened next, no one could have predicted. Welcome back. Last time we talked about a man in his 60s or 70s robbing 16 banks across San Diego. But what we didn't talk about is what happened on that fateful day in December 2011. For 2 years, our perp pulled off robbery after robbery with no failings. But as pop star Hannah Montana says, everyone makes mistakes. And on December 2nd, he did.
I was in the parking lot eating a hot dog when all of a sudden, boom, explosion. Ink everywhere, guys hauling ass.
That's right, the man was fast, not as fast as me, and the elderly aren't normally known for their speed. Was our geezer actually a gosling? Police are still investigating, and the reward sits at $20,000, but don't even think about it. That money's mine, and Petunia's. That's all for tonight, folks, on Mean Bean Investigates. Stop. I have bomb. Give me $200,000 in negotiable American currency and a parachute. Is what I'd say if I were D.B. Cooper, who hijacked a plane in 1971. Here's his story. November 24th, 1971, Portland, Oregon. A man known as Dan Cooper purchases a ticket, boards a plane, gets a bourbon and soda, and then passes a note to the flight attendant. This is what it says.
Well, I was working a flight eating a hot dog when this handsome foreign man comes up to me and hands me a note. So I'm like, Mile High Club, okay. But then he says,
no, read it. I have bomb.
So I read it and it says,
I have bomb.
On the next Mean Bean Investigates.
he's gonna blow! And I don't mean like the Mile High Club!
Welcome back. Mean Bean Investigates D.B. Cooper. The flight attendant went up to the pilot and told him the demands, and the pilot contacted air traffic control. As soon as they landed, D.B. Cooper got in touch with them and made his demands. They immediately complied like little weenies.
This is Brigadier General O'Reilly Capone. You're not getting anything you asked for. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Please.
Yeah, okay. Here's your money, and here's your parachute. I'm gonna need that back. That's a rental.
Geronimo. Cooper took a dive over the Northwest Pacific at cruising altitudes. They never found him or his money except for a few dollars. Case was closed in 2016, but the FBI never gives up, and neither do I, so we'll see you next time. Do you ever think that aliens are trying to contact us? I know I do. And now, for the first time, I have proof. Okay, in 1977, when I was nothing more than a mere thought in Xenu's head, an alien known as Brilliant from the Ashtar Galactic Command decided to take control of our inner box to beam a message straight into our collective minds.
Welcome back. This is Brilliant of Ashtar Space Command. Thanks for tuning in tonight against your will. We are beginning to enter the period of Aquarius, and you may proceed to the higher levels of evolution if you show yourself to be worthy. Live in peace and in harmony, be blessed with love and truth, man.
You see that? I'm not crazy. Now you know. Now you... Psst, in here. I was getting too close to the truth. I think they're coming for me. Either that or there was a squirrel outside my window. There's more to tell you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come in here. We're safe. Come on. Now, soon after this broadcast broke loose, the corporate shills trying to herd the sheeple came out in full force and denied all of it. I'm a businessman. Everything's okay. Profit. But not everyone was content to stay asleep. Some people were awoke permanently.
So I was watching TV eating a hot dog when suddenly this alien bloke comes on and starts telling me to be a better person. So I got out of the illegal fair trade that day and never looked back.
But I'm not convinced. Sure, it's not a hoax, but are they good or are they bad? We'll see next time. Till then, remember, it's all connected. Gotta stay alert out here. You should watch your back more. I could have killed you with this thing. Now, if you thought that the last broadcast takeover was the only one, wake up, sheeple. It gets bigger from there. Ever heard of Max Headroom? Well, you're about to. Hey, fellow consumer, go long. Not. Imagine you're watching your sports ball programming when suddenly you see this. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming, aka brainwashing and propaganda for the sports scores and the Chicago Bears. But wait, later that night, during a broadcast of Doctor Who, the signal started to fade and then...
We have 5 seconds left.
There's not enough time. There's not enough...
Hey, old chap, which way to the bank? I'd like to make a 401k.
Oh, it's you. You can never be too careful. They're like dementors out here trying to steal your soul. Now, back to the good stuff. Later that night, while those losers and geeks were sucking up that BBC propaganda and that Doctor Who, another longer hijacking took place. We're not going to show that because this is a family-friendly channel and there was a nude buttocks and some sexual toys, but luckily we have an eyewitness here.
So I was sitting there watching Doctor Who, eating a hot dog, when suddenly this cartoon character pops up on the screen and starts showing his ass. Well, luckily I was recording it, and I've watched it thousands of times since then. I gotta say, pretty good ass.
Who's Max Headroom? The corporations don't know, but I do. It was Virillion. It's all connected. Stay woke.
Hey, where are you in my house?
Hey, meanbean. Alex here. What you just saw was dark. What this guy's seeing is also dark, because he's dead. How did this happen? Let's find out. So what do we know about this Cheddar Man? And what do we not know about Cheddar Man? And why do we even care? Well, let's break that down. First off, we know Cheddar Man died sometime around 9000 BC. We know he died from blunt force trauma to the head, and we know he ended up somehow in a cold cave. We also know that it wasn't a ritual sacrifice. Normally, the human sacrifices are hucked in a bog with care, whereas this guy was just kind of chucked in a cave. Now, we also know based on his DNA that he was lactose intolerant, so he was very annoying. Eyes blue, hair brown, skin brown. That means our eyes mutated first. Head hold. So he had a hole in his head. How did it get there? Why don't we ask him? Turns out one of our very own, Melanie, has some of his blood in her body. Mr. Cheddar Man, tell us about your experiences. Okay. That sounds tough. Okay. Right. Okay, and what was it like living back then? Okay. And is it true that getting Geico insurance is so easy even you could do it? No, come back. Oh, God, no. I got Planet of the Almost Apes out here.
So I was sitting in a swamp bath eating a hot dog.
The The world's oldest recorded murder. I wasn't able to solve it. That killer might still be out there, and who knows who his next victim will be.
I'm sorry.
Hey, meanbean. Alex here. Have you ever had to shit in public? Disaster can strike at any moment, and bad luck can befall us, and you have to make a poopy pollock wherever you can. The bubblegut gods. The bubblegut gods can strike at any moment, and sometimes we're forced to spray and pray. This is the story of the Mad Pooper. On a hot and steamy day in mid-July, Colorado Springs, Colorado, two young children were outside playing when a woman stopped in the front yard, dropped a trowel, and then laid a stack. They ran inside and told their mother, "Mom, a lady's outside pooping." She went to go verify.
So I was outside doing some gardening, eating a hot dog, when I noticed this lady mudslide into my front yard. And I thought, it's good for the plants.
So that's it, right? Case closed. Another entry in the diarrhea diary. But what if this wasn't an accident? Hey, meanbean. Alex here. Last time we talked about a lady with a rumbly-tumbly forced to ride the long brown train. But what if this IBS was just BS? One of the potential reasons for suspicion is that she kept going back to the same place. Now, sending in the poop troops once, understandable. Going back each time, I'm starting to ask some questions. The police were starting to ask some questions too, so we had our top scientists here at meanbean crunch some numbers. Now that's a 1 in 1,000% chance each day that you'll have to ass blast some grass on the way to class. Because honestly, if you're having to pinch a loaf in public more than once every 3 years, you got more problems that we can help you with. So, she'd die of bombs every week for a month. That's a 1 in a trillion chance that these are all accidents. So, myth busted. Hi folks. We've had a lot of fun tonight talking about the Mad Pooper, but we're doing a third episode because this is the most recent and the most likely to get solved. A lot of people are saying sex offender registry, put her in jail forever. I think we should take a different approach. And I'm going to sing about it. Turn yourself in, Diana. I don't know your name, but I'll guess. Oh, turn yourself in, Diana. We both know it's what's best. Who cares what they say? Confessions of a day that washes away our sins. So, Diana, turn yourself in. Forgive, flush, forget. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.